Hello there everyone, it is round 17? Round 17 coming up. This midweek starts today. So yeah, we're quickly moving, and that's the championship and this time of the year and time of the season. I'm afraid. We'll reflect on the previous round right now. In fact, one correct bang on prediction, which was Oxford, one at Middlesbrough, one pretty decent prediction from me. I had three correct outcomes. Birmingham to beat Norwich. I had Bristol City to beat Swansea. There we go. That one well. And Coventry to beat West Brom. Yeah, three correct outcomes. One correct bang on prediction. Not the worst in the world. Would like maybe a few more outcomes. Though this midweek, and we'll start Tuesday night where Norwich will play Oxford. I think it's 8-4 split, isn't it, between Tuesday and Wednesday? Normally has been this season. Anyway, Norwich versus Oxford. This is a big game, absolutely humongous game. Oxford are sitting in 21st, 5 points ahead of Norwich, and Norwich need to win. It's a must win for Norwich, and we're still sort of early in the season, but it's a big game for Philippe Clement, and they haven't got a point yet at Carrow Road this season. Norwich, can I see them possibly getting all three against Oxford? Yes, I can. Oxford haven't been winning many games this season. They tend to scoop better away from home. I think they have won more away from home than home this season. Might be wrong on that. But yeah, Norwich need a win. They've been all hopeless at Carrow. There's gonna be a lot of pressure on this game, considering in the manner in which they lost at Birmingham. Alarm bells. Well, we know alarm bells ringing, but the pressure is heightened on the rest of this week. I'm going to go for the home win. I'm going to go Norwich 2, Oxford 1, which, yeah, not good for Oxford. Move on to Swansea versus Derby, which is the Morgan Whittaker Derby. Vitor Matos is in at Swansea, and I watched them with my own two eyes at Ashton Gate. They were really hopeless. They should have scored in the first half. They had a couple of really pretty decent openings with better finishing, a little more composure. They would have scored Swansea, but yeah, second half they were dire considering they were 2-0 down. Derby, freakish game against Watford. I thought they'd go six in a row, and it looked like they were going to go six in a row once they went 2-0 up through Sondre Langas, but Sindre Langas, even God, I don't know what the first name is. Sindre Ballet Eggerly as well, isn't it? I don't know, Sondre Langas, whatever it is. He put them 2-0 up, and then just a weird collapse right towards the end. A couple of goals in a few minutes from Edo Kiembe, and Watford take the points at Pride Park. I think both sides will take a point in this one. I think Derby just don't want to lose again. I think they'd be happy to take this one and move and go again. So yeah, I think Swansea want to stop the rot as well. I'll go 1-1 Swansea, 1 Derby, 1 Watford versus Preston, which I've just realised Daniel Jefferson and Jamal Lewis, both obviously formerly of Watford, playing for Preston. Disappointing for North End. That wasn't against Blackburn. Home game against, but you've been really good at home this season, Preston, against Blackburn, who are sort of down there. Yeah, they've been in good form recently, Blackburn. But they really wanted to win that, and once it goes 1-1, you want the momentum to carry over, and didn't. Watford, unbelievable turnaround, and their form actually has been pretty decent over the last sort of relatively medium to long term sample size, and there's been a managerial change in the middle of this. You have to remember, when Paolo Pezzolano was sacked, he left Watford after completing a 7 point week. So they've been in pretty decent form. Don't lose many. I'm going to go for them to beat Preston at Vicarage Road. I'm going to go Watford 2, Preston 1. Stoke against Charlton up next. A second consecutive Nathan Jones derby for Nathan Jones. And what the hell happened this against Southampton? 4 goals inside 20 odd minutes. 5-1 by half time. I mean, absolute car crash performance. You're hoping from a Charlton perspective that's just the one off. They have lost back-to-back games away from home at Wrexham and complete collapse at the Valley against Saints. So it's not going to be much. It's not going to be much easier away at Stoke, who are very good. Yeah, they lost to Leicester, but from what I'm seeing, they put in a pretty decent performance and could have easily got something from the game. I'm going to go for Stoke to bounce back. I find it hard to get to back Charlton to get anything. Stoke 2, Charlton 0 is my prediction. This should be a goal fest. Hull versus Ipswich. Hull so close to getting the bang on as well. I predicted a Desmond at QPR. They went on and lost the game 3-2. Gelhardt scored again. Shock. Ryan Giles got an assist. Shock. They're scoring goals for fun at the moment, Hull, and if it wasn't for Coventry, who were just freaks, but they'd be right there up there for sort of top goal scorers conversation, and they're very, very deadly, and they're very good at home as well. Ipswich are scoring a lot more goals away from home than they are at home. This might be a decent opposition for Ipswich, considering how I'm not going to sit back in the manner Wrexham did and sort of absorb the pressure, and considering Hull's home record, they'll back themselves to beat Ipswich here. I'll go for a second consecutive Hull prediction of a Desmond. I think that would not be the worst point in the world for either side with how they're going at the moment. Keeps them ticking along. This has got to be the biggest game of the weekend. It is Middlesbrough versus Coventry, second versus first. Coventry are 10 points clear of third place Stoke, are 7 clear of Borough. They put on another 2 points on Middlesbrough because they drew on the weekend, and Coventry turned it around from 2-0 down to win. Kim Hellberg is now officially the Middlesbrough manager. Work planets all gone through. Probably be sensible for Adibivesh to carry this on just for the rest of the week, especially considering he knows a lot of that Coventry squad as well, as you can see in my notes, which you probably don't want to see. What I was going to say was, yeah, he knows a lot of this Coventry squad. He'll be aware of their strengths and their weaknesses. Obviously, they're a different manager and Lampard, but yeah, this might be a tricky game for Coventry. This might be one of the hardest games we've had so far. You'd expect it to be. But in the last head-to-head, Coventry, before the international break, they went to second place Stoke at the time, and they got the win. I don't have the balls to go for all-in Coventry win this time round. I will predict them to get something though, which I think will be absolutely fine from a goal perspective. If Middlesbrough have any hope or wanting any hope of trying to catch Coventry, I think they're going to try and have to win this game. The situation is as at the moment. I think Coventry will be more than happy with a point. I'll go 1-1 at the Riverside. Southampton versus Leicester, the final game on Tuesday night. I've got here 2 year 1 parachute teams. Southampton 3 in a row. All of a sudden they're scoring goals. They're scoring goals for fun, and what was a massive problem under Will Steele, finishing chances, is now no longer a problem. Leicester got the win against Stoke, and obviously Stoke are going really well at the moment, so that's a very good win. The performance wasn't particularly convincing. Mavdi scored a brilliant goal. Still not seeing much from Leicester in terms of me being convinced that they're going to be going to go on a run. They're going to catch the top 6 and get in there. I can see Southampton winning this one, and I can see the momentum carrying out. I'll go 4 wins in a row for Saints. I'll give Southampton 2, Leicester 1. They just seem a little bit more convincing than Leicester. In a minute, moving into the Wednesday night now. So it is 5 on Wednesday night, not 4. It is Wrexham versus Bristol City. Bristol City play Wrexham for the first time in a long, long time, and this should be incredibly interesting in terms of how the two sides are going to match up. Wrexham without Kiefer Moore, Lewis O'Brien, Issa Kabore, I think a lot of them on the bench at Ipswich, so presumably a lot of them are now going to play and start in this one, which is good news. There's weird things with the Wrexham, aren't there? But they're a good team. They don't lose many games. I think under the lights at the racecourse, it's going to be difficult for Bristol City to cope with that. I wouldn't presume. Maybe Jason Knight starts in this one. Maybe Mark Sykes potentially. Maybe we go back to a switcheroo between McCrory and Sykes potentially. It's going to be difficult for Bristol to go there and win. I think, considering we beat Swansea, I'd more than happily take a point at the racecourse. Just keep things ticking along. Wrexham are hard to beat. They're good defensively. They're getting better. And I think at home they'll be more of a threat going forward. I'll go slightly optimistically. Wrexham 1, Bristol City 1. A win at Wrexham would be quite a statement from Bristol City perspective. And considering Borough and Coventry play each other, and Ipswich and Hull play each other, could be an opportunity for Bristol City, but getting ahead of myself there. Blackburn versus QPR next, and Valérien Ismaël is doing a fantastic job, isn't he? 4 wins in 5. Obviously, they lost home to Derby in that, but or brush it on the carpet. They're doing quite well. QPR, they won against Hull. They've got good attacking players. Hull, QPR, we know that, right? Burrell, Kone, etc., etc. They've got some good attacking players over his chair, and when it clicks, they will score goals. Was that game more just Hull being quite open defensively, trying to chase the win, and QPR catch them? Potentially, but don't want to discredit that. I think it's going to be tough for Rangers to go to Ewood and get a win. In fact, I'll predict a Blackburn win. I'm going to go for Rovers to continue their good run. I'm going to go Blackburn 1, QPR 0, further stretch the gap between them and the bottom three and start to look even further up. Sheffield United versus Portsmouth. Remembering rightly, this game last season, Pompey played really well, and feels like a lot of games last season with Sheffield United. Opposition played really well, created loads of chances, missed all of them. Sheffield United win the game by the odd goal. That's what happened in this fixture last time round. I can see a similar thing happening here. In fact, I'll play for the same scoreline as last time round. I'll go Sheffield United 2, Pompey 1. United with a great win against Sheffield Wednesday. Beleaguered. Sheffield Wednesday, sure, yes, fantastic, but I thought they were much better, and Tom Cannon scored, and Tyrese Gamble scored twice, and I thought Patrick Bamford looked quite good when he came on, played fantastic ball into Tom Cannon's path and put him in one-on-one. It looks like something's clicking slowly for Blades, which is what they'll want. Yeah, I'll back them to win Bramall Lane and go back-to-back. Millwall versus Sheffield Wednesday, the other team in that Steel City derby. Sheffield Wednesday just looked... They tried to play football on the deck, and they tried, but it just didn't quite work, and the quality they came up against, I think, was just a bit too much. It's going to be a similar thing at the Den, I think, and I think Millwall will really want to bounce back after a bit of a freak defeat at Pompey. They conceded a couple of worldies and a really unlucky goal from Tristan Kramer. I think they'll want to bounce back pretty quickly, so I will go for that. I'll go for a big margin of victory for Millwall as well, and it probably won't be this, but got to go all in. I'm going to go Millwall 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0, back-to-back 3-0 for Wednesday. And finally, West Brom versus Birmingham. Is this a derby? Don't know. Is it? Anyway, yeah, it's certainly close. West Brom are. I don't know. I don't know what to make of West Brom, because I thought they played quite well. Or looked like they played quite well to start with, and then they can see the goal. Malumbi gets set off, and it all just goes up in the air, and kind of look at it and you go, what can you really do once you go down to 10 men with just one goal in the game against the league leaders who are scoring goals for fun? It is going to be difficult. Birmingham, they're scoring goals for fun at St Andrews. Away from home, it's more of a struggle. It would be a statement if Blues went there to the Hawthorns and won, and that would hopefully for them be a catalyst in terms of changing the away form, because they need to change that. It can be bad and get away from home and get into the playoffs. Bristol City did that last season. We preferably also want to pick up some points on the road. I'll go for a draw and sit on the fence to finish things off. I'll go West Brom 1, Birmingham 1. Well, that is it. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will catch you all later. Cheers.